Hello and welcome to Retro Reviews, my channel where I review my favorite retro video games of all time as well as some modern releases I have recently finished. And welcome to Smash Saturday, where I talk about all things Smash related until we get a new Smash game, whether that be Smash 6 or Smash Ultimate Deluxe. Today I want to talk about my very first Smash Ultimate tournament win, because it was a really special one for me for a lot of reasons. So first and foremost, I've been playing Luigi since Smash 64. I've always loved him. Ever since I was a little kid, I just thought Luigi was really cool, and I always played Light Blue Luigi. Couldn't really tell you why, I just thought the costume was the best, so I always picked that in every single Smash game. I didn't start playing competitively until Smash 4 when I looked up some videos online to see what he could do, like any kind of competitively, because I started playing with my friends more. I had some people that were more interested in the game, the best people of our friend groups, you know, and so I really wanted to get into the competitive landscape. I started seeing combo videos, I started seeing the professionals, I really loved how Luigi played, and so I started playing competitively. I didn't win anything in Smash 4, I didn't go to a ton of tournaments, there weren't a lot in my region, but when Smash Ultimate came out, that changed, and a lot of places had tournaments, and so I was going to as many as I possibly could. Still not a ton, like my region was pretty small, but I ended up being pretty darn good in my region by the end of the time that I was there before I moved. And my first tournament win was a really cool one because I organized a tournament for my brother-in-law. He was doing a charity, like video game marathon type thing where he's donating all the proceeds to charity. I think it had something to do with Games Done Quick. I think it was the same charity. He was doing it in tandem with them, essentially. And so I organized a tournament, and the entry fee and all the other things went straight to that charity. And I set it up, and a couple people from the scene that were really talented players, like the top players in the area, ended up coming up, and then plenty of other people that were just casual or mid-level players. And then there was me, and I was dressed as Luigi. It was Halloween. I had been growing out my facial hair. I had a nice mustache that I had colored black, dressed all up as Luigi, and I was ready to play in this tournament. I was ready to have a lot of fun. I was just really excited. And I hadn't really put Luigi to the test yet. I said I have been playing Luigi for as long as I can think, but at the very beginning of Ultimate, I didn't know how he played tournament-wise. I couldn't get a good feel for him. I didn't understand his combos yet. I was just a little timid, and so I played Wario with Luigi. So I wasn't always playing full Luigi. In fact, most of my tournaments, the ones that I got closest to winning, were the ones where I was playing with Wario. I really liked the character. But I finally decided, I'd been practicing, I finally decided my Luigi was ready, and so I debuted him solo Luigi at this tournament. I've always had a kryptonite with Shulk, and that totally makes sense. Shulk has giant sweeping aerials. He's got easy ways to auto-cancel his landings. He has lots of ways to mix you up, and especially against someone like Luigi who has limited range. He also has the Monado arts. If he goes into shield mode, he can screw up my 0 to death combo. There are lots of things that were going against me, against Shulk, and that happened all the way back in Smash 4 too. My first tournament that I went to in Smash 4 ended up getting eliminated by a Shulk player. So one of the top players that showed up for this tournament was a Shulk player, and I knew I was going to have to probably face him at some point. My first round was a really easy one. I ended up playing against someone that was okay at the game. I ended up beating them pretty handily. My next person, though, was a high-ranked player in the region who was playing Pikachu and Inkling, and I think one other character he decided to throw out when the set wasn't going his way. I ended up starting against his Pikachu. I didn't have any matchup experience, but I ended up really sticking it to him, and so he switched off to Inkling. And again, I was a little bit worried about this matchup. I had seen it online, and I didn't like the character very much. No, I really stuck it out. I ended up really destroying him in that game. And then the final game came around, and I just ended up 3-0ing, and I moved right on to winners finals. I was really excited about it. We didn't have like a ton of people sign up, so I think we had enough for a top 8, maybe a little bit more, but I ended up getting into winners finals. And my last match, of course, was up against the Shulk player, who I was a little bit worried about, but I was really happy. I was really excited that I was doing this. This is part of a charity organization. I was happy that the tournament actually had players show up, and so I was feeling pretty confident. And I went into the match knowing that Shulk was going to want to execute his game plan. I knew exactly what to do. I think just the mood that I was in, I just knew I was going to win this match. I started doing mix-ups. I started like perfectly positioning myself so I could punish with grabs. I got great combos, and when he switched to shield art, I just backed off, let it run out. I punished him when he was using the Smash Monado. I made sure I hit him with my moves and avoided his at all costs. I just really abused everything about Shulk, and I ended up winning that set. I don't remember if it was a 3-0, but it was very much in my favor, and I went on to winners side grands. And then I got to watch the rest of the tournament as it progressed, and I was really excited to see, like, can I actually finish this off? And I knew that these two players, the one that I played right before playing the Shulk player, knew each other and were likely going to be meeting in losers finals, and that is exactly what happened. But the Shulk player ended up beating him pretty handily, if I remember right, and going into grands against me. And this was a much closer set. If I recall correctly, now that I'm thinking about it, I think I won 3-0 or 3-1 in the winners finals set, and in the grand set, it went back and forth. I either won game 1 or lost game 1, and then we traded games back and forth until we got to game 5. And this was really intense. I had my family that had showed up, that I was staying with. Several of them had come by to watch me. My dad was there, of all people. He was kind of excited about it. He's like, oh, he's playing in the tournament set here. And I remember it being a really tense set. We got down to final stock. It was a last hit situation. Ended up getting a cheeky cyclone that mixed him up. He wasn't ready to hold shield for long enough, and ended up beating him with that last hit. It was a very risky maneuver. If I had messed up, I would have lost my stock almost certainly, and then we would have reset grand finals, and I probably wouldn't have had enough steam. But I closed it out, and I ended up winning that tournament, and it was so cool. My brother-in-law even had someone commission some like 3D printed medals, and they were fantastic. I still have mine. I ended up getting third place in doubles that I just paired with some random person that I met there. Had a lot of fun with that too. So I ended up getting first place in singles and third place in doubles. I still have those medals. They're some of the coolest trophies that I have to this day. I have won a few more tournaments since then, but that one really stands out to me as my most prolific one, the most important one for me, because it was for a good cause. I was dressed as Luigi, and fun fact, the next couple of days, I think it was either the day before or 2 days before Halloween, I went to one of my college classes dressed as Luigi and found out that no one on campus was dressing up for Halloween. I had a test in my accounting class and ended up getting 100% on it. I just aced it. My only 100% in all of my college career. Ended up getting 100. My Luigi costume worked. I had that confidence. I just went in hard. So that's what I wanted to talk about today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.